Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And today we're going to be comparing digital tap triggers to normal trigger stops. Now I know this is a very wanted video for you guys. I'm sure you guys are browsing the internet if you like trying to get a SCUF controller, because they have their digital taps, which are like mouse clicks, and they have their trigger stops, which are the most popular ones. But of course, people are now actually starting to get these because they just click faster and are basically more responsive. Now, I'm gonna explain to you guys, in my opinion, what I think is better. I'm gonna be telling you guys the prices and which one you guys should be getting for like which game in general. Like if you're playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or anything like that, which one should you be using? Because they're actually pretty specific, like game specific. Like you should be using this one for a certain game or that one for another. Now, first comparison is that this is obviously a mouse click. There's nothing more to it than that. But like all you gotta know about it is it literally clicks instantly. Like you just push down, not even a millisecond, and it responds. Now, this, on the other hand, you have to push down all the way to get the actuation. But you can fine-tune the trigger. Of course, if it's on, which is downwards, that means you have to stop less. You could choose to push it up, which means it's off, and then you have to pull all the way down like a normal trigger. Now, as you can see, this is not how an ordinary SCUF controller looks like. Usually the triggers don't have like these open holes and whatnot. They would have these caps on. So they say which one this is. This is R2. You would pop it on like that. And then this one is L2. So you'd pop it on this. And they would normally look like that. Now these, for some reason, for me, don't feel as comfortable. So I choose to remove them. And for me personally, when I remove them, they just feel more responsive. They feel like I have to push less down to actually get the actuation. So, you guys could choose what to do with that, if you guys want to put the caps or not. But in my opinion, I don't like putting the caps on. I just feel like it's more responsive without them. Now, these, when you put them down, the benefit is pushing down for like a faster response. Now, on this controller, you also have these two holes on the top. Now, what these do is actually very, very interesting that you can't get on the digital tap triggers. You could put this tiny tool that they give you inside the hole like this. You gotta push it in like that. And now if you turn it, facing this way, turn it right, so that way, and spin it like this, you can make the trigger pull down faster than it would normally do. And it's called a hair trigger. It basically gets you the same feel, or not actually feel, actually. This is different. This feels like an actual mouse click, but it gets you the same actuation as a mouse click. So basically you turn this way and it responds faster. So, and then when you pull left, it makes it respond slower. So let's say you're playing a racing game and you're using this controller. By the way, I advise you not to be using this for a racing game, because you're just gonna click and you can't really like feel anything with like gas pedals and brakes and anything. So this is not good for a racing game. Digital taps, do not get that. So if you want a racing game, get this, because you could choose to have the trigger stops on or off. I would recommend you having them off so you could fully push down for the gas pedal, you know what I'm saying? So basically this is good for like Fortnite or shooting games, because you can fine-tune this to shoot faster depending on your finger. Like if you have a trigger finger, for example, and you press down like this a lot, or whatever finger, and you don't want it to be going too far down, you could push it to the right as much as you can, so that the second you literally push down like so, it automatically like responds in the game, which is what I do in Fortnite, which is why like I edit extremely fast in the game. Now, sometimes if you push this too much to the right, it basically starts auto-clicking, but like not the kind of cheating auto-clicking that you would see in like videos like aimbot or whatever, all those cheats that are called. This is actually a bug that happens in the controller when you have it too far to the right. It thinks that you're pressing it, but you're actually not pressing it. And all it does is just, so basically if you just see your gun like randomly shooting out of nowhere without you touching the trigger, you've pushed the thing too far. So just turn it back a little left until you get the right moment. So, and then when you push it too far left, sometimes you might be clicking and you're not getting any response. That means you're too far left. You got to bring it a little to the right. Now, this controller, again, doesn't have those options. You can't stick this in anywhere. You can't take these off either. They're built like that. And basically, you can't choose anything with this one. This, you could choose to have it stopping, to have it not stopping, to have it like slow or fast using the hole on the top. You have a lot of options with the normal triggers. Of course, you can get these triggers on this controller as well, but I have like 2 different controllers. This is a Scuff Infinity, and this is a Scuff Impact. I have another video comparing the two. I will link in the description down below if you guys are willing to see that. But you could basically get these on this controller and the mouse clicks on this controller. You could literally do whatever. It doesn't matter. But these are just examples from my preference. And again, with this, you can't choose. This one you can. Now, the pricing... This is more expensive because, again, they're mouse clicks. Like, whoa, mouse clicks, you know, like something new. So this is more expensive. This isn't. This is like, I think $16 or $12 cheaper, somewhere in that range. I'm not sure. You could obviously customize it when you're making your stuff on their website. And these you could, like, obviously that's not something important, but you could choose the color for these. These you can't. You're stuck with the gray kind. So that's just another side note, which I don't think really matters much. Now, for the game-specific type, I would definitely not recommend, again, using digital taps on racing games, but I would definitely recommend it for a game like Call of Duty. Because on Call of Duty, you're in a first-person shooter, and you're, let's say, sniping somebody, and you want to shoot before the other guy. The second you click, it's going to scope in, and the second you click, it's going to shoot. Now, your other guy, if he's using this controller, or, sorry, these triggers, he has to wait a little longer than you to aim in and shoot. So this gives you the advantage in a game like Call of Duty. In Fortnite, it doesn't. In my opinion, I'll explain why. It's because you have to, unless you're like, I don't know, just an aimer type, like you play pubs all the time, and you have good aim, you don't build much, you don't edit much, fine. This is definitely the controller for you. But, if you're a fast editor like me, if you're a creative player like me, and you build a lot, and you edit a lot, like so much, so many button presses per second, this controller, or sorry, triggers, again, I keep making that mistake. These triggers are the ones for you. Because this gets inconsistent on the long run. You build up muscle memory in your fingers. Everybody knows that. That's how you get better at video games. That's how you keep doing the same thing over and over. But when you build up muscle memory, you're clicking this faster and faster, like every time you learn and build up more and more muscle memory. With this, you could feel yourself clicking the buttons, all 4 of them. With this one, you can't sometimes. Sometimes you just press down and you're not actually pressing anything. Like sometimes I do this, but I feel like my finger pressing something, but in reality, in the actual game, I'm not actually clicking anything, which is a big problem that like occurs with a lot of digital tap trigger players. I have friends that have tried it. I've recommended it to them. They've tried it. I've tried it, and we both, or 3 of us, switched back to the normal trigger stops because of that situation. I used to play with these, and I was an extremely fast editor. I switched to this, and now I'm one of the fastest editors in the world, probably. I mean, maybe not, but hope I am. And if I'm not, I'm getting there eventually. But these are definitely good for fast editing, for creative builder, anything where you have like multiple button presses per second. Like it's really good because you could feel yourself clicking every button. Here you can't. Sometimes you might, like quad editing, for example. You're trying to place all the builds. You might forget a wall. You think you placed the wall, but it doesn't actually place because of the digital taps, and it's really annoying. So I stopped using it because it doesn't make me consistent. It's inconsistent compared to these. This is way more consistent in my opinion. I would definitely recommend these for a game like Fortnite. Also, I would recommend this for a racing game because you could choose to open these and push down completely on the brakes or gas pedal. And you could just do this if you're like switching to like Fortnite and you're playing a shooter game. This has more options. That's my point. You could do a lot more with triggers than mouse clicks. You could do a lot more. Trust me on that. These are cheaper. They have more options. It's more reliable. These literally break so easily. Like, let's say you drop this on the floor and you drop it face down like this, and it lands on any of the triggers. It's going to go in and it's not going to come out. I hope you know that. This breaks like that. If this lands on its like face like this, these are just going to push in. It's not going to break. This tiny trigger stop piece might break, but the trigger still works. You could just send it in for repairs. They'll stick a new one for you and return it. But you'll still be able to play it with it. Like if you, like, I don't know, use this, make the trigger hair inside just like actuate faster. But this one you can't. This one you drop it, you're done. You can't play with it anymore. You're stuck with using non-claw. And who wants to play non-claw? Am I right? Like, come on. Now, this one is more durable, cheaper, better. You could use it in every game with no worries. And just player recommended. Like, I know a lot of people are switching to triggers to digital taps, but honestly, this is better. This is definitely a better choice in my opinion. So again, these controllers have nothing to do with the equation. These are just variables, like the impact and the infinity and the impact. You could put the triggers on either one. That's your choice. And if you guys are interested in seeing which controller is better, you guys could go click on the video linked in the description down below, which was I made a few months ago, and it's about comparing the two controllers. Now, if you're wondering what this and this is, why they look different than these, of course, this is a very worn out scuff stick, but this is a PlayStation 4 DualShock controller stick that comes with the scuff. They give you two of them if you like them more than the regular ones, and personally, I play like this, like so. So I need my finger to be as low as possible to the touchpad and clicking this. So I use this regular stick for here, and I use a Control Freak Inferno model for the right stick. And those are my paddles. So to wrap things up, this one is better in my opinion. If you guys like digital taps, you guys play Call of Duty only, or PUBG, or Overwatch, any like games where you don't require as many button presses, definitely go for the trigger stops. I will be with you on that. But be careful. You drop it, you're not going to get it back until a while when it gets fixed. You can't play with it. You drop it, it's done. This one, you drop it, you can still play with it even if the trigger stop breaks. You can still push it down and everything and it works. Unless you really smash it on the ground, then that's your problem. So, buy this one. You could buy this one too, but this one is my personal preference. If you guys have any other questions that I haven't covered throughout the video, you guys could definitely ask me in the comment section down below. If I see your comment, I'll reply to you. And if you guys made it to the end, comment down below the word controller, and I'll definitely heart your comment for making it this far. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm going to be obviously posting like daily, if not, or like run into any issues, and I'm going to be doing every other day uploads. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.